Hello, everybody, in the PGH group, and hope you're all doing really well. And I'm here today with a lesson about how to prevent tendonitis. This came up in the chat with Steve as he's working on You and Joe Myself, and I'll just say that I had tendonitis actually right after college. I was practicing so much, just tons and tons of practicing and really pushing to be like great, trying to get that fast, just as fast as I could. And yeah, I mean, it was also, I have a lot to say about it, and I'll say as much as I can that I can think of off the top of my head. But there is one central thing I learned, and I learned this from a classical violin expert who happened to be also a physical therapist. And what she showed me is this. It's basically just this. So if you can take your hand, both your hands, and just kind of shake them out, right? Shake your hand, shake it, and then let it just totally hang. When you let your hand hang in its natural skeletal position, you will notice that, so once you've got it kind of in hanging position, and I'm waiting for you to do this, you should do it right now, you're gonna notice that your thumb and your middle finger kind of want to go together. I mean, you might have to use your imagination if you don't feel it right away. But so what I'm saying is, like, my thumb and my middle finger, imagine they're kind of paired together on your hand. That's your natural resting position, no tension. And a lot of tendonitis and things like that come from just holding your body in a weird position, and it's something that we don't realize we do as guitar players. But I mean, you see it all the time when you see people play, and I can say that if you were to watch like Pat Metheny or you name it, play, great, incredible jazz guitar player or great rock guitar player, I would imagine they're going to be pretty relaxed. You should maybe try and take notice. So what happened was, I was practicing a lot, and actually, let me just get back on this topic, back on task. So your hands are going to be like this, and your thumb and your middle finger will go together, right? So keep your hand in this relaxed position, and basically like move it to the guitar without like changing anything. So the same thing you have here is going to go here, okay? You got this? You feel that middle finger and thumb kind of in total natural position want to go together. You take that, move it to the guitar, okay? And now you want your thumb to be basically just on the middle of the guitar. Just like that, just resting. And wherever your thumb is, your middle finger must be following. So in relaxed, you're not pushing the guitar down at all yet. You're just totally relaxed. You take your hand, you put it on the neck of the guitar. Your thumb rests very lightly on the back. I think you'll probably notice that the way you play now is just play a bit how you normally would, whatever you want to do. Play some stuff, and chances are you're not doing this. And whatever tension you're holding here, if you were to really force it, it's again, I'll say it came up because I was talking to Steve. Steve's working on You and Joe Myself, and he's trying to push that tempo, which is great, but if you push the tempo, if you push the tempo, there's a couple things about that when you practice. If you practice fast, the faster you practice, the smaller the window of error is. So you can actually end up making a lot of errors and reinforcing errors. So this isn't, I'm not going to do a lot of playing here, but a lot of talking. So if you're interested in tendonitis, I'm just going to riff on this. So if you play slow, we don't like to play slow, because if you play slow, you have to really nail it. But all of that really nailing it slow kind of stuff creates, like, I think it's called mylar. Mylar is the thing in your cells, in your brain, in your body, that make muscle memory. So if you practice slow, you're creating, like, literally, mylar, like coding. And so if you do that slow, when you want to go fast, you're going to have a much better time doing it. It's kind of a paradox. The slower you practice, the faster you really will be able to play. Going back to the tendonitis, same thing. If you practice really slow, I'm going to use you and Joe myself because it's on the topic. But so my hand is totally relaxed. My thumb and my middle finger are together, right? I'm going to the guitar. And then what you want to do when you practice is you want to practice really slow. If you have tendonitis, this is the way to get rid of it. If you don't have it yet, this is the way to prevent it. So I'm totally relaxed, and I'm going to play these notes. Let's just use that. It's a G minor arpeggio. Right? You want to play like so slow, like what is the least amount of pressure you can put on the note. By the way, if you're watching this video, I did say I was going to make an announcement. I'm going to make it at the end of the video, and then I'm going to type it down later today when I wake up. So if you watch the video and you all the way to the end and you hear the announcement, please don't type it. I want to type it. And I'll talk about it a little bit at the end. But I'll just say that it involves travel, quarantining, and I can't believe that it's happening. It's great. So anyway, relaxed. You're gonna play as light as you possibly can, like and if you can't play the C major arpeggio, this G minor arpeggio, just play a chord. And now of course when you play a chord, some of these chords, you're gonna have your hand in a weird position, but just split the difference on what I'm saying here. So you're gonna go like a C is a good one. So I'm gonna go to C. I'm gonna play a C chord. I'm gonna go, what's the lightest I can play and make a sound? So if I go this light, that's not pushed down. That's not pushed down. I got that string. That's not pushed down. But I'm so light, right? I'm practicing. That's actually good practice. Now I'm gonna go, what is the lightest I can push? I'm gonna push a little bit more. Still not the chord. I'm gonna push a little bit more. Oh, there's a note. So that you want to kind of like ride, that's like surfing, so what's the lightest I can push? Try all your chords if you don't have the chops, or if you're not versed at knowing what a G minor arpeggio is, no problem. I'm going to play a G, but I'm pushing so lightly. And so when I had tendonitis, I had to like fight to be able to play again, and it literally was like, I think it was 6 months I wasn't playing, and I had to, very painful, very emotionally tough, especially someone who's a full-time musician, just finally got out of school, ready to just do stuff, but I lost it. I had a really bad tendonitis, and so I had to relearn with this technique how to do this so slowly. I would do like a major scale, next note. How lightly can I possibly push? What's the lightest? And it's amazing. Like, push your normal strength and then just release it. Release that amount that you're pushing, and the note still goes. And the note still goes. I'm making less push. Even like I'm very like very lightly pushing. and the note's still there. So it's actually kind of amazing how little you need to push. And so you could see how someone would get an injury. There's a lot of factors. Do you have calluses? Do you not have calluses? Now, the other thing is when you practice your scale, so I'll play a G major. That's my favorite. It's like my home scale on the guitar. So I'm pressing. How lightly can I push? And I'm going to go so slow. The other thing is you really need to get your finger right up to the fret, okay? You don't want your finger back here. And that's something that you'll do if you're, sort of, beginning, intermediate, and all the way up to I've seen advanced players who still don't do this. So you want to push right on the fret. The rule is as close to the fret as possible without touching it. Or you can hug it even, but as close as possible. So I would practice with my metronome so slow it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Checking my tension.